My focus is actually it's been on long-term holds. Um, there's not a lot of meat on the bones for flips right now, and our market is inundated with wholesalers, and it's kind of forcing the market down. So I'm looking at opportunities. They might not have a good as cash flow as other projects, but I think the end game is huge.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kessel, and today I'm joined by someone I'm looking forward to chatting with, Ian Chait, who is a real estate broker as well as a real estate investor in the Phoenix area. So excited to have you here today.
Thanks, Michelle. Happy to be here.
Awesome. So let's dive in. First off, for those not familiar with you and your work yet, can you share what your focus is these days?
My focus is actually it's been on long-term holds. There's not a lot of meat on the bones for flips right now, and our market is inundated with wholesalers, and it's kind of forcing the market down. So I'm looking at opportunities. They might not have a good as cash flow as other projects, but I think the end game is huge. Whereas I might only make 4 or 5% in rent, which is low in Phoenix. The appreciation will probably double in 10 years.
Great. And so, how did you get started in the real estate industry?
Well, when I was a teenager back in Illinois, and I grew up in a place called Northbrook, Illinois. If anybody ever saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I went to high school with Ferris Bueller, and I had a little clubhouse around the corner to trailer park. It was nestled in between a salon and a Catholic girls' high school. It was about a mile from my house, and we would hang out there and party just to get away from our parents. And one day the guy comes to me and he says, "Hey, I want to sell the trailer park. I know, I know, even though you're young, you got a little bit of money. Can you help me out?" And I'm doing the numbers, and the park's half full, and it's just I liked it, but I didn't know what to do. So I called my grandmother, and she gets me in touch with somebody. And next thing I know, that I'm part of this trust that I'm buying a trailer park with like $15,000 down. I got my 15,000 back 4 months. Within 4 months, I filled the place up, and it was great. And for 2 years, it was a huge cash cow. And unfortunately, it was actually an English teacher at my high school. He had kidnapped a couple kids and killed them. and kept them underneath the trailers. And
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
the police came in, and 6 different departments, and I guess one of them was a policeman's son. And once that hit the paper, everybody was moving. And I came up with this thing: hey, let's sell people the mobile home for an extra $100 so you don't have to fix it. So there I am watching just my whole thing fall apart. But there was a little company called Kraft Foods, which is, you ever had American Singles or salad dressing, you probably heard of them. And they were expanding. And I was lucky. They they tried to lowball me, but at 16 years old, I pushed that board around pretty good, and made a good score, and been having IRS problems ever since.
Okay.
And that's
Wow.
how I got into it. And I came out to Arizona to go to college. That lasted a little past lunch, and I was a photographer, and I was shooting houses for people. And this one guy, he had a rusty Civic in November. I shot 2 houses for him, and Christmas he rolls up in a Porsche. And I'm like, well, this guy's a yo-yo. I could probably do this too. And I started studying the buying and selling of real estate more. And Arizona was a really easy place to do it in the 80s. We had no qualified assumables. It was a downward market. If the people were nice at the open house, you charge them $5,000 cash to mortgage. If they weren't, you charged them 10. And it was possible to sell 3 or 4 houses a day. It was great. But yeah, I mean, it's embarrassing to say I did better at 19 than I did at 59.
Wow. What an interesting journey you've had.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I love. My strong point during the last crash, and I lost a ton of residential property during that crash. I was in the middle of about 40 deals, but we were able to pick up a 30-unit apartment complex from a receiver. It was a third empty, and it was what I would call a D property in a C area. And we fixed up the third, filled up the units, and then started fixing up other units, and raising rents. And yeah, 4 years later, I got into a fight with my partners, and the property was sold, and everybody made out okay. But I really like doing stuff like that because the neighborhood kind of needs that. I love walking into a neighborhood, and the whole street gets equity. I've done that in residential. I've done it in multifamily. But yeah, so the opportunities are really, you got to look, but they're out there today.
Yeah, absolutely. And how did you get into investing? What did that journey look like?
Well, I made a lot of money, and I didn't want to pay tax on it, so I invested in different things. I learned my lesson in the stock market. And yeah, I went back, and I was man, I wish I had my Bitcoin still. I had it in '08. I needed the money, so I sold it. But I was always doing something. I was in the music business for a little while, so I was always on the road.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And I didn't make a lot of money at it, so I had to have some passive income. And that's one thing that trailer park in my teenage years taught me was, buy something that you could rent and make some money on, because the rents go up, and even if you have a mortgage on the property, it's going to stay the same. So
Yeah.
so if you can get in and even break even in 5 years, you're going to be positive, probably 5 to 6%. And after that, it's a gravy train. Just don't pick something up that needs daily maintenance.
So are you more in single family investing?
Not right now. I like it because it's simple. I do teach people how to invest, and that's what I like to start them off with. Maybe a fix and flip, maybe a fix and hold. And it's funny. A lot of people out here in Phoenix, they have relatives that just, they're having problems, and they need that uncle to rent them a house at a decent price. And it's kind of keeps it in the family. It's kind of nice, but and you're doing your family a favor. It's good karma. There's a lot of karma in the real estate business, I've seen.
Yeah. And so what type of investment strategies do you typically use?
Uh, like I say, right now I like the long term. Um, and I probably shouldn't, because at my stage of the game, the finish line is a little closer than the starting line is. And I guess if I get in a deal that won't make me any money for 10 years, I guess I'll still be around for 10 years. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Gives me something to look forward to. But yeah, there's nothing like buying a dilapidated lot or a dilapidated house and renting it. And yeah, you're not going to make a lot of money, but somebody buys the lot right next to you that was a retail store, and somebody's buying the lot on the other side of you, and they've got permits to either do a mini storage or a apartment complex, and they're willing to pay out the nose. And you make all that money on the appreciation.
What do you feel are some of the main keys that have allowed your business to be able to grow and run successfully?
The COVID interest rates was very good to 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 uh to wheel and deal. I'd like to see those interest rates go down again. It looks like they're going down. Our government pays that interest rate too, and I don't see how they can afford paying 4 or 5% on 10-year Treasury bonds, and so the whole thing could change, or it could just we lower rates and people start borrowing money. But I think with what's going on in the world, we're going to see a little bit of inflation. So now would probably be an excellent time to get in. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a real estate broker. Um, and, I've been the first one to tell people, hey, you're better off renting for a couple of years, and then let's look at this again. When it comes to single family stuff,
Are
but
you also investing in multifamily or commercial?
I have a couple of fourplexes, which
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
that's considered residential in Arizona, actually, and the FHA treats it as such. They do a pretty good investor loans, and I'm kind of like they're right next to each other, and we've nicknamed the apartment complex Felony Arms because in Arizona here, if you have a criminal background, you are not going to be rented a place. And this is something that, of course, depending on what the offense was, and how long ago it was, and interviewing the person, will we'll put them in there. And I got to say, they're because their supply is so limited that they're willing to pay a premium. So I might get an extra 20% out of that property because I'm lifting the background restrictions. I looked at an industrial warehouse that they were looking to make it a dormitory for sex offenders, and that was something I just couldn't get into. The numbers were great. If I was looking at it on a piece of paper and they didn't mention how they were going to make all this money, I probably would have thrown some money into it. But some crimes are worse than others, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are you most focused on solving or scaling to next?
Uh, I want to get a big apartment complex. I want to either and there's deals like I was just talking to the city of Tucson, which is about 100 miles south of here. They have grants to buy dilapidated properties and rebuild them and do the low income housing thing, and yeah, I think I might partner on a few deals with the government. Those bids are a little tricky, but I probably won't get anything the first round, but I'll know what I'm doing for the second round, and that's what I've been focusing on, that and teaching fix and flips, and also telling people that they got to read those hard money notes because some of them are wide open. You miss a payment, next thing you know, you're paying 30% interest. So yeah, warning people so they at least think they know what they're doing when they do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And are you looking to continue scaling into more investments?
Yes, absolutely. And now is I wish I had more money. I would, if any of your viewers are looking for investments, we're going to be putting together a fund down here in Phoenix, and we're going to go after some pretty undervalued properties. And I think now's the time to do it. And in 90 days we might be too late. So that is what my focus on is finding some money. As I used to do business with a group of guys, and as you get older, they were older. They were all mentors of mine, and one that's left is 85, and he's not investing in anything. And unfortunately, the other guys, a lot of them were World War II veterans, and they just got old and passed. So So that was one mistake I made that, the grandkids don't like grandpa's guy.
Yeah. And what advice would you give to an investor that's looking to get started?
Be careful, but don't be afraid to partner with somebody that knows what they're doing. Um, for me, I see people, partner up with a group that I'm involved with. And you know what? Getting a half a pie with somebody that knows what they're doing is a lot better than, as they say, losing your tuchus, because you didn't know what you're doing. Usually multifamily or rental properties, you're going to be able to work your way out of it. You have to have some staying power if you make a mistake, but it's always good to go in with people that know what they're doing and that can teach you. And that, I have 45 years experience in the real estate business, and that's all I'm worth. Uh, but it is good experience. I've seen it all. I've seen crashes. I've seen bidding wars. I've seen 12% returns, and I've seen 2% returns. It's just, like I said, I lost a lot of homes in the crash of '08, and I'm going to lose twice as many when in the next crash, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Well, before we begin to wrap up here, if someone wants
Okay.
to reach out, connect, and learn more, where can people find you?
Um, Either at my email, which is Ian, IAN, like Ian, at ianrealty.com, or ianarizona@gmail.com, or 602-308-4800, my phone number.
Perfect. We'll appreciate your time and your story. Thank you for being here.
No problem. No problem. Thank you for having me. I always like to hear the sound of my own voice.
Glad you were able to do so and share
Yes.
some wisdom.
Yes.
And for those tuning into the show, if you got value, make sure you have subscribed. We've got more conversations with operators like Ian who are building real businesses, and we will see you all on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.